Welcome to Row Reviews. I'm Chase Lee, and I'm here to review Escape from Tomorrow. I just got done watching like 20 minutes ago, and that thing is still running through my mind. This is probably one of the most interestingly weird movies I have seen all year, but I actually enjoyed it. A lot of people probably have never heard of this one. This is the infamous one from Sundance, where the filmmakers actually filmed the entire movie inside the Disney World and Disneyland parks without Disney's permission. And that takes some balls to do, let me tell you that, because the thing is an hour and a half. So they have enough footage to construct that. Like, it just boggles my mind. Before I get into the review, I actually saw an interview with the main actor, and he would say that like the filmmakers went to the parks in advance to like study like locations on where they were going to shoot certain scenes and like where the sun would hit that certain scene in specific parts of the area, and that to me is just fascinating. That it's just great filmmaking. A lot of people might think it's a little overdone, like they're just showing off the fact that hey, they just shot in a park, and they kind of do. But for the most part, I think it's really impressive how they can construct something like that, just going inside of a park. I think it's brilliant. So let's get into this. All right. It's written and directed by Roger Moore. If you don't know who that is, that's okay. I don't know who he is either. So I had to look him up on IMDb, and he is a first-time writer and director. This movie was made on a shoestring budget of a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, a nickel, and a bus token. It is so cheaply made that anyone can do it. However, the way it is shot and the way it is acted and the way it is constructed by the director, like it looked professional. I really enjoyed it. There was a couple parts where obvious green screen, like super obvious, but when it's shot in the park and it's this whole movie is black and white. When the black and white is on the characters and the buildings of Disney and everything, it works. It looks really good, and you know, like I said, sneaking into the park and like the way it looks, the directing in this is super solid from Roger Moore. I give him props for this movie, like especially on the technical aspect. If you don't like the story, like at least the filmmaking is pretty impressive. Like he had to time all that stuff out and everything. So directing is pretty big on this one. So for the acting, I thought all the actors were pretty good. You probably won't know any of these people because I didn't either. Like at the very beginning, the credits are flashing, and the names come on the screen, and you're just like, I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is. I actually don't have any idea who that is. And so I had to look up everyone up after the movie, and everyone's been in like small roles like in television, like a couple movies back in like the 90s, but nothing like current. And this movie was like shot 3 years ago, because the interview I saw, the main actor was like, yeah, it's been a long time since we shot it. So the acting was really solid all around. Cinematography, like I said, it's actually really good for just filming inside of a park, and then I really enjoy the fact that the director made it black and white. Like it's just it saturates the Disney bright colors to show you like the dark, gritty realism of what Disney does to people. The editing, it's an hour and a half. There's a couple parts where it kind of drags, you know, just, I don't know what that movie was. The move right here, I don't know what that is. But it kind of drags a little bit, and for that, like, I'm not going to dog it that much, but it's paced pretty well. It does reel you in, like, it does, like, interest you to see, like, where these people are going to go, so I'm totally fine with the pacing. There's just like a couple sections where I felt like it was a little, just kind of just weighing me down with this huge brick on top of my back. So overall, I've been battling on this to where like I should either give it a high score or like a low score or something in the middle, because like I can see why people can do all three scores. So I'm going to have to go with a solid 7. I think 7 is fair for this movie, considering the fact that the themes and messages in this movie are outrageous. Like, they are ridiculous, but I love them. A lot of people will think they're just absurd and they don't even want to have anything to do with this movie. Like, the themes in this movie are imagination and like how your imagination runs wild, and how people's imaginations are way different than what like Walt Disney imagined for his animations. And I'm sure Walt Disney like had really dark thoughts for his personal life and stuff. And that's what this movie kind of shows. It kind of shows that like Disney implants like the goodness of imagination and stuff, like the happy stuff, into little kids and like adults and stuff, and make them believe this stuff. But in reality, we all have imaginations that go dark and gritty, and we imagine things that could go different and very weird ways. And that's pretty much what this movie is. And it's also a theme of the way Disney looks from the outside. It's all happy and glowing, little kids running around everywhere. But when you actually go inside, it's actually just dark and gritty and very weird. Because throughout the whole movie, like the main character follows these like 14-year-old girls around. So like he deals with like pedophile weird tensions and infidelity, and it's very trippy. It's a very trippy movie. I would highly suggest not to do drugs watching this movie. I didn't do any drugs, but I can imagine someone that does drugs, they're probably going to lose their freaking mind over this movie. So I'm going to give this movie a solid 7. It's Escape from Tomorrow. I live in Dallas, Texas, so I actually looked up when this movie was going to come to Dallas. It's not coming to Dallas. It's actually going to come to Austin and Houston, and then like a bunch of other cities scattered throughout the U.S. map. But for the most part, it's not coming to Dallas. So I had to rent it on iTunes. It wasn't bad. It was $7. I think it's worth it for this movie. It's a very interesting movie. It kept me intrigued. The acting was pretty good. The cinematography was good. I liked black and white. The directing was actually fairly good. It did drag in a couple parts, and the messages and themes bat you over the head several times, and you get it. But it is a well-done movie, in my opinion. So what do you guys think of Escape from Tomorrow? And if you've seen it, comment that place that's right below my face, and let me know. I forgot what I was going to say. I probably look like an idiot right now. Anyways, that's Escape from Tomorrow. So thanks for watching Real Reviews. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. See you guys later.